Hello everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to make the exotic style hair bow, and I'm going to be using this gorgeous double-sided ribbon. We have got an army print with smiley faces on one side and this sort of, it's a denim but it's got like a pinky tone to it. The double-sided ribbon is ideal for this style of hair bow. I got this ribbon from Twinkle Tail Ribbons. They have got a brand new Etsy store and they kindly sent me a bunch of ribbons. Here's a sneak peek. These are all double-sided, mostly with denim on the other side. This one here has got a red polka dot. They've got some gorgeous designs and these are all exclusive to them. You will not find these on AliExpress or anywhere like that. They've designed their own style. So if you want to check these out, I will pop a link in the description below. So the ribbon I'm using today, like I said, is this one here. If you haven't got a double-sided ribbon, you can make this bow using two coloured ribbons. So what you would do is, instead of having one piece here, you'll have two pieces together. So you will line this piece with another colour. But like I said, if you have got double-sided ribbon, it saves on ribbon because obviously you're using half the amount because you only need one piece. So that is what we're going to be doing today. So as you can see, I've got two pieces here for the main part of the bow. And the ribbon is 1.5 inch or 4 centimetres wide. And this piece is cut to 40 centimetres in length or 15 3/4 inches in length. And that is one piece. But like I said, if you're using not double-sided ribbon and you want to use two different colours, you will need two pieces at 40 centimetres. This piece again is 1.5 inch, 4 centimetres wide. And this piece is cut to 32 centimetres in length or just over 12.5 inches in length. Again, one piece if you're using double-sided, or if you're using just two different colour ribbons, then you will need two pieces at 32 centimetres. Taking our 40 centimetre piece first, we're going to measure from one end 8 centimetres and pop a pin in there. So I'll just grab a pin. And obviously with my patterned ribbon, the smiley faces go sort of both ways, so it could be either way up. I'm going to do it this way up. So if you have got a certain way up, if you're using a patterned ribbon, when it comes to pinning, so I'm going to just bring this over, I can see that my pattern, this is going to be the bottom. So line your pattern up with this being the bottom and this being the top when you bring this right side over. So I'm going to measure 8 centimetres from that end. So 8 centimetres, and I'm just going to pop the pin in there. And also, taking a lighter, you will need to heat seal all of the ends of your ribbon. And this will prevent any fraying and also get rid of any frays that are already there. So if I put these together now, like that, you will see that these are both now in line. So this part here is 32 centimetres like this. Now we're going to find the centre of our ribbon. So again, taking another couple of pins, you want to fold the 32 centimetre piece in half and just mark the centre. And then with this piece, we're going to fold it in half up to the pin. And pop a pin in there to mark the centre, if you like. It's not the centre, but it kind of is the centre because we're ignoring this bit because this is the tail. So we've basically got these two pieces here with the centre marked and then the extra tail at the end. Starting on the piece without the tail, you're going to bring the two sides and fold them under. So I've got my denim showing at the top and my pattern coming out from the bottom. I'll just show you that again. So I'm holding my ribbon flat with my denim side facing towards me. It's up to you which colour you want which way, but this is basically going to be showing at the top of the bow, and then the tail I want the pattern to be coming out. So I'm holding my denim facing up, and I'm going to fold these two pieces under and bring them down, and then we're going to line these two ends up, and we're going to bring the left side and line it over the right side, lining these ends up, and then I'm going to fold this in half to find the centre, and then grabbing another pin, just pop that in there to hold those in place. So it looks like this, and then we're going to bring this end up and through this pocket, this loop, and we're going to line the two pins up, and all of these ends up neatly. And I'm just going to grab a couple of hair clips. Actually, I've got a couple of fabric clips. You can use hair clips or fabric clips, whichever you've got handy, and just pop them on there to hold them in place. And that is one side of the bow done. And now we're going to do the piece with the tail. So I'll just set this piece to one side. So the piece with the tail is slightly different. First of all, you're going to fold this piece where the pin is. So you're folding the tail back. So this part here is going to be the tail. And then I'm just going to grab another pin just to hold that in place. So we've got our tail pin back. And now we're going to repeat the same steps we did on this one, ignoring the tail this time. So holding the ribbon with the denim side facing towards me, folding both sides downwards diagonally, and then overlapping the left over the right again, this time lining up the edge of the fold with the raw edge. But the same as we did before, we're just ignoring the tail. And then again, fold it in half. Just watching that pin so I can fold it in half and find the centre. So I can remove this pin now. So we're at this stage again now, and we're going to do the same. Bring this tail end up through that loop and line those pins up in the middle, and then grabbing another couple of fabric clips or hair clips and pin those in place. And then, as you can see, you've then got the other half of the bow done with the tail. It's pinned at the moment, so I can't show you properly, but you'll see it after we've sewn it. So now we're ready to sew in our pinch. I'll start with this tail end. So I've got my needle hair threaded with some strong thread and a knot in the end. Sewing from this straight piece going across facing towards me, so that's going to be the top. We're going to go in around a ½ centimetre. I'll just remove that first clip so you can see. So a ½ centimetre from this corner. We're going to go in for our first stitch, always going in through the top for the first stitch, and then the second stitch about 1 centimetre apart from the first one, catching the corners for our second stitch. The third one again about 1 centimetre apart. And now I'm going to remove the other clip, and we're going to repeat those stitches now for the other half. So we've got 6 altogether, so the last 3 are going to mirror this side. So this one should come up opposite this one, just slightly to the left of that pin, which is central. That's the 4th stitch, the 5th one, catching all the corners, and then the 6th one about 1/2 centimetre from those last corners. So it looks like this from the front and like that at the back. And now I'm going to remove all of these pins because we don't need them now, and the one in the tail. And we're going to pull in this pinch. So as you can see on the underside, this piece kind of tucks underneath that piece there. Once you've got that nice and tight, I'm just going to go through all of those layers again. And then I'm going to go through that last end, catching a little bit of the ribbon. And then before I pull it tight, go through the loose loop, and that will just form a knot to hold the pinch in place. So I can trim off the thread, and I'll use this piece on the other half. So that is the tail side done. And now I'm going to repeat those same stitches on the other half. So again, I'm just going to remove that first clip. I just need to pop a knot in the end of my thread first. So just remove that first clip 1/2 centimetre away from these corners, go in for the first stitch. 2 coming in, catching the corners. 3 just around 1/2 centimetre to the right of that clip. Remove the other clip and then mirroring it on the other side, so coming back up 1/2 centimetre to the left of the clip. Next one about 1 centimetre away near the corners, and then the next one 1/2 centimetre from the corners. Remove the pins, and then we can pull in the pinch again. And now we're ready to join the 2 halves of the bow together. So I've got my hot glue gun, and I'm going to place some hot glue in the middle and join the 2 halves together. I've got some pieces of ribbon here which I've already cut to make some spikes. I didn't quite have enough of this ribbon left, so I have made a tail out of 2 joined together, so ignore that because that was all the ribbon I had. I would have had enough if I hadn't cut the centre strip without thinking first, but it's okay. So I've got 3 pieces, and all 3 pieces are 1.5 inch, cut to 15 centimetres in length, or just under 6 inches in length, and that is 3 pieces. I've chosen 2 pink and obviously 1 in the matching ribbon, and I've already cut my spikes in these 2. I will show you how I did that on this one. So I fold the ribbon in half along the lengthways, and then from this open side cut from this corner downwards diagonally, and I like to do it slightly curved. That way you get that nice sort of not so harsh spike, a nice soft spike I'd like to call it. And then open it up slightly before you heat seal it, because you don't want to bond the 2 pieces together. I'm going to do the same with the other end. So fold it in half, and then from the open corner cut down diagonally, open it up slightly, and then you can heat seal both sides at the same time like that. And then I'm going to layer these up. I'm going to do my 2 pink pieces at the bottom and my smiley face at the top. As you can see, it's slightly shorter as well because I've had to make do as best as I could. And then I'm going to fold it in half to find the centre. Use a little bit of heat from my lighter just to mark a bit of a crease in there so I can see the centre. And then I'm also going to just pop a pin in the middle just to hold them in place. And then I'm going to take the 2 bottom ones, the 2 pink ones, and I'm going to fan them slightly to the left and the right, like that. And then I'm going to sew through this middle 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. And then pull in the pinch. Wrap it around a couple of times. And then on this underside, I'm just going to go through catching a little bit of that ribbon and then go through that loose loop a couple of times to hold it all in place. And there you have your spikes to go under your bow. As you can see, it don't matter too much about this join. You won't see it under the bow, and that these are a little bit shorter. That should be fine. Sometimes we have to make do with what we have. So I've popped a little bit of glue in the middle. I'm going to line my bow up on those tails. And then I've got a clip here which I've already lined. 45mm clip this one is. I would use a 65mm clip personally for this one normally, but because my little girl don't like the toothed clips, that is why I'm using a shorter double-pronged clip, because these are what she finds comfortable to wear. So I've just glued that on the underside of the bow. And then with my last little piece of this ribbon, I'm going to wrap around my centre. So what I'm going to do first is make like a Z shape in this top end. So holding it like this, I'm going to push it one way and one the other. So you've got like this Z shape. And then layer those on top of each other. And then whilst I heat seal this end, I'm also going to bond those layers together. And then I just want to work out how much ribbon I need. Might need all of that actually. This is 8 centimetres in length. I'm going to do the same with the other end. So make that S shape again. Heat seal the ends and give them a pinch so that they melt and bond together. Be careful not to burn your fingers. And then you've got this lovely ruched centre. So I'm going to lay it over the top first. So give it a little bit of a twist, pop a little bit of glue on the top where the join is. Then layer that over the top centre. And then bring it round to the underside, and here you might realise you need to cut a little bit off, as I do. So I will just trim those sides down. And again, just heat seal. And give them a little squeeze to melt them together. And then we can glue these ends under the clip. I'm just going to flip it over to do the other side to make it easier. Making sure I don't catch the tails on the glue. And now we can trim our tail. So I want my pointed end to be at the bottom, going up diagonally. So from this bottom corner, I'm going to trim up diagonally and slightly rounded, again to give it a nice soft angle. Again, heat seal the raw edge. And there you have your finished exotic style hair bow with the double-sided ribbon. As I said before, I will link the shop to where these ribbons come from in the description below, and anything else that I've used I will link in the description below, so check that out. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you press the bell button, that will turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.